So let's look at that third paragraph. And to this purpose, let us dedicate our minds that we can nurture this, that this is here already, that we can become the leaders that lead that way. To this purpose, let us dedicate our minds, directing all our thoughts to serve the function of salvation. What does that mean? To serve the function of healing, to serve the function of joining, to serve the function of love. That's all salvation means, knowing who you are. And how do we know who we are? Is by joining. That's who we are. So that's what salvation is. Unto us, the aim is given to forgive the world. How do we forgive? Well, we don't see the differences. We see our brothers the same as us. And you say, it's hard for me to do that. Well, all you have to do is be willing. He'll do the rest. I want salvation to reign in my mind. I want love to reign in my mind. I want this healing to reign in my mind. I want to switch my mind from this negative thinking that has permeated my mind for X number of years, and I want to learn how to join. And you say, I'm not capable of joining. Well, no, you aren't, but the Holy Spirit in you is. I've built up a lot of resistance to that, but he knows how to get past my failures. You know, that's at the beginning of the year. They say so many people make resolutions, and they say they'll all fail. 85% of them break their resolutions within the first week. Maybe you did. That's not a failure. Just try again. Just time to try again. And that's all this is saying here. It's time to try again. So it says, unto us, the aim is given to forgive this world. So you made a mistake today. You made a mistake a moment ago. You made 20 million mistakes when it comes to forgiving the world or forgiving your brother or forgiving whoever in your life. Do it again. Do it again. Did I finish the marathon in the time I wanted? Well, I just keep trying. I just keep trying. I just keep building it up. The more I do it, the more strength I get. It is the goal that God has given us to forgive the world. Therefore, it is achievable, right? It is his ending to the dream we seek and not our own. Therefore, it is achievable. If it was our idea, probably couldn't work. But it's not your idea. It's God's idea that you will forgive and you will end this dream. For all that we forgive, we will not fail to recognize as part of God himself. So whenever we forgive another, then we see ourselves as them. We see God as them. And the Course is always saying, what are you thinking God is not thinking about another? And what are you not thinking God is thinking about another? That's a great way to switch your mind so that you can think with him. For all that we forgive, we will not fail to recognize as part of God himself. And thus his memory is given back completely and complete. And thus his memory. See, when we forgive, we remember who he is. We remember who we are. When we do not forgive, when we hold on to anger and judgment, hate and attack, we do not know who we are. Why is that? Because we are joining. We are unity. We are not separation. Found this very interesting. I was watching a PBS special. It's called The Brain with David Eagleman. It's been coming on PBS on KLOC, I think it is, every Sunday night. So I've just automatically recorded it. And I love when these come on. And it says the brain cannot survive unless it's in unity with others. That's why they say people who are put in solitary confinement, they go crazy. They begin to go crazy. They need that. They'll develop post-traumatic stress syndrome by being separated from other people. Now, in the beginning, this one gal was talking about it. She said I think it was one of those, remember those 3 young people who were hiking and they traveled into Iran, I think it was, and they got lost in the mountains there. They made a mistake. They were caught. They were put in isolation for, I don't know, I think it was like 340 days. And this girl said it was just awful. In the beginning, she could relive things in her mind about people and family and everything else. And then she says, then it began to get where I started feeling so isolated. I didn't know what to do. And I would see like the dust particles in the light. And she said, I started seeing people in those dust particles because I was so desperate to find joining. And she said, it was amazing when I got out of this, how much I needed that joining. And she said how much I had a post-traumatic stress syndrome afterwards. I was terrified afterwards of being isolated. They said that the brain, according to research now, the brain cannot function without others. Well, the brain is not your mind. The brain is not what God created, but it can give us some wisdom and insight into ourselves. What it's telling us is we cannot function. Now, they're just talking on a scientific level and basically saying we cannot function as a species without each other. And what this is saying, what the Course is saying, is we can't even survive without each other. We cannot be without each other. So we need to know we are not isolated. So anything that isolates us is killing us. And our own thoughts that isolate us are killing us. So, we take our vitamins, we do our exercises, we do all these great things for ourselves, but we do not do the most important thing, and that's heal our minds. And that's killing us. So from a scientific level, they're saying that, and now we need to know that what spiritual ideas have been saying for a long time are very, very true on a physiological level as well.